Welcome aboard the MSC Seaside. Today I'll be taking you on a deck-by-deck tour from top to bottom of this beautiful ship from MSC Cruises. And before we get started, if you're looking for the best deal possible on an MSC Seaside cruise or any cruise in general, use the affiliate links down below and book your next cruise with my friends at Cruises It. They're going to get you the best deal possible. And of course, let me know that you enjoyed today's tour and you found it useful by hitting that like button down below and subscribe for all the upcoming videos I have from my cruise on board the MSC Seaside. Starting up on deck number 19 forward, we have the top 19 area. This is an exclusive area for Aria guests and, of course, Yacht Club as well. Nice little relaxation and sun deck for those in the Aria cabins. Moving on back to midship, though, this is just the general sun deck area here on board the MSC Seaside. Lots of loungers, so you can definitely catch some sun on a nice, beautiful sea day. As you can see here, we also have a retractable roof for the main pool down below, so there's never a worry if you're sailing into some rough weather. You'll even find a hot tub while you're up here as well, so if you like just sitting in the hot tub on a nice lazy day, definitely come check this out. Here we have one of three main water slides here on board the MSC Seaside. This one is actually a raft slide. You'll go through this tube and sink down, and of course, right in the center of both of them, inside the funnel here, we have the kids' water park. Really, really cool places to run around, splash pad, all of that. Really, really fun for the kiddos. And hopping over to the other side, we do have another one of those hot tubs, just like on the other end that we just saw. And of course, the other set, actually, of water slides, these ones are identical, basically come out of the funnel and twist around. These are body slides, unlike the other side that's a raft slide. We're going to go up one into the MSC Sports Arena. This is where you're going to find the basketball court and even the zip line. The zip line is going to go from the funnel basically all the way to the back of the pool deck that we'll get to in just a few minutes. Moving on back and also overlooking that pool deck is the Miramar Bar. Grab yourself a drink and enjoy the views here, and this is a smoking section, as you can see by those ashtrays on some of the tables, but grab yourself a drink and enjoy the views up here on board the MSC Seaside. We're going to jump down to deck number 18 and start making our way forward now as we have this beautiful view of Ocean Key, MSC's private island. We're going to go back into the kids' water park area. This is the lower level of it. This is where you'll find the pool and the splash pads and where some of the slides will let out. This is definitely a very popular area on the ship, so if you have some young ones on the cruise with you, definitely bring them here. Moving on forward now to the Jungle Pool Lounge. This is the other main pool here on board the MSC Seaside. This is the one that is under the retractable roof that we saw earlier. So plenty of seating in here. Of course, you got those couches off to the side, and then the center is, of course, the main pool with some hot tubs on each side. So a very nice large pool, and of course, that retractable roof is going to give you a good peace of mind on those not so great days at sea if the weather's bad, but always very nice. And of course, you can't have a pool without a pool bar, so grab yourself a drink and enjoy the poolside vibes. And all the way forward on deck number 18 and extends down to 16 is going to be the entrances to the MSC Yacht Club cabins and the Yacht Club itself. There is no deck number 17 on board the MSC Seaside or any MSC ship due to the superstition similar to how there's no deck 13, similar to other cruise lines. But deck number 16, all the way forward, we're going to find the specialty restaurants. Here we have Ocean Key. This is the specialty seafood restaurant. All the restaurants that are up here are going to come in an extra charge, but MSC does provide quite a good value when it comes to their specialty dining. And of course, you can buy a dining package for multiple days, and it reduces your price. Butcher's Cut is going to be this specialty steakhouse, one of my personal favorites on MSC. Fantastic steakhouse dinner. I always love to come here at least once. And of course, another one of my personal favorites is going to be Kaito Teppanyaki and Sushi. So this is the sushi restaurant right out here. And then, of course, if you want the traditional Japanese teppanyaki where they make the food in front of you, that will be up in here as well. And I really do like the location of this as well, being so high up on the ship, as you get some fantastic views as you're having your meal. So moving on back now, there is nothing midship. It's just like a blank spot on the ship, which is kind of odd. But we're going to go all the way to the back. There is a mini buffet. This is not the main buffet here on board the Seaside, which seems odd, but there is a good selection of food while up here, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your traditional buffet, just not nearly as many options as the main one that we'll get to later on, as there actually is one down on deck number 8, which is a weird location. But moving on back outside now to the main pool, we have the Miami Beach Pool Bar. Grab yourself a drink and enjoy the pool vibes here on board the MSC Seaside. And of course, here we have the pool itself with that stage in the middle. Some day beds. The day beds are free of charge. You just have to get here early because they do fill up quickly. And of course, you'll find a couple hot tubs back here as well. Or if you're just looking to relax in the sun, get a tan going, definitely grab a lounge chair. There's a lot of deck space, so there's a lot of loungers and plenty to grab on a sea day. And as you can see in that top right-hand corner of the screen there, we have that giant TV. They do play sporting events like football, baseball, things like that. And they'll even do nightly movies on the big screen as well, and even Zumba classes in the morning. So check that out in the mornings if you're into that. And of course, there's just a quick look at the main pool deck itself with that zip line going across the top. More jacuzzis back here behind the big TV screen as well. And then you'll also find the Bridge of Sighs. This is just basically a walkway connecting both ends of the ship behind that TV screen, and you can look straight down below to deck number 7 at the bottom. And not only are you looking down below, but you get this incredible view out the back of the ship. All the way in the back as well, there is an elevator that overlooks the back of the ship as well. So decks number 15 through 9 are actually all guest cabins. So let's skip down to deck number 8 via this really cool aft elevator and go down to deck number 8. Deck number 8 all the way forward is going to be the MSC Aria Spa. If you're looking for a massage or you want to hang out in the thermal suite for a few hours, come all the way up to deck number 8 forward. There's even a nail salon, a hair barber as well, and several other things, including the gym as well. So if you're looking to get that workout in, work off all that buffet food, definitely come into the gym here all the way on deck number 8 forward in MSC Aria Spa. Deck number 8 is also home to an outdoor area as well. So lots of loungers, places to sit out here on deck number 8 and enjoy the beautiful views of Ocean Key or maybe just a random sea day. But I really, really love that part of deck number 8 here on board the Seaside class ships. Well, let's head back inside and start making our way back on deck number 8. We have this little lobby area. And on each side, one side we're going to have the sports bar and the other side is going to be the specialty coffee shop. So let's go ahead and head inside to the sports bar. Maybe grab yourself a drink and enjoy the big game on the big screen here inside the sports bar and just have a great time in here. Always a really cool, fun time whenever there's a big game going on. Or maybe you're just looking to relax with a nice cup of coffee. Come on over to the other side and enjoy the coffee shop over here. They'll even serve some breakfast pastries in here as well in the mornings. Moving on forward, we have one of the jewelry shops here on board. So if you want to buy some jewelry, maybe a nice watch, come on in here and grab that for you while you're on board. Then, of course, moving on forward, we have a shore excursions desk as well. So if you're looking to book any shore excursions while on board the cruise, definitely come up here to this desk. Those are the times there that we're typically going to find. And grab yourself a nice shore excursion, whether it be an Ocean Key, or maybe you just enjoy the MSC Seaside so much that you want to come back, or maybe you want to try out the World America. Come on over to the Future Cruise Desk and take advantage of some of their onboard offers, as you'll get some onboard credit typically towards your cruise. And you can even tie these reservations to your travel agent, and I highly recommend checking out my friends at cruisesit.com. By using that affiliate link down below, they're going to get you the best deal possible on your cruise, whether you book on board or at home. Right across from the Future Cruise Desk, we also have the gift shop. Grab yourself one of my personal favorites, the ship model, or some MSC logo merchandise, even some Legos, which is pretty cool, here in the gift shop. And as we come out of that gift shop, we have finally the beautiful atrium here on board the MSC Seaside. The main atrium here spans from deck number 5 all the way at the bottom, all the way here to deck number 8. So it's a massive atrium, beautiful diamond crystal staircases, and of course, some bars and restaurants here as well. Here we have Hola Tacos and Cantina. Here we have the bar, so you grab yourself a drink and then come on into the main specialty restaurant here on board the ship. This is definitely the cheaper of the specialty restaurants, so if you have a dining package, usually everybody recommends to pay for this one. That way you can use your package towards the more expensive ones, but use your money how you please. Coming on outside, we have the Infinity Bridge. Again, deck number 8 has this large outdoor area. So Infinity Bridge is similar to the Bridge of Sighs, where you can look down below to the water below you, or I guess technically a little platform below, but nonetheless, really, really cool area outside on deck number 8. Something I found very weird but interesting and unique about the MSC Seaside is that the main marketplace buffet is actually behind the atrium all the way back on deck number 8. Typically, these are in the back of the ship, but way up at the top. So very interesting to have the buffet this far down on the ship. But anyways, this is the main buffet. So if you're looking for breakfast, lunch, dinner, main courses, Anything you could think of, you'll find it here in the Marketplace Buffet, from ethnic foods all the way to just a regular cheeseburger. And of course, there's plenty of seating all the way around, but you even get the outdoor seating here in the back, which I personally really loved. I always tried to eat outside when eating at the Marketplace Buffet. Now that we've made it to the end of deck number 8, let's go down to deck number 7 below here. Deck number 7 is another relaxation area, not quite the main pool, but there is a nice large pool back here with plenty of loungers. So grab yourself a bite to eat up top on deck number 8, bring it down here even, or finish up your meal and just come relax down here on deck number 7. And of course, you can't forget those glass elevators that we just took all the way down here to deck number 8 earlier. Really, really cool view. Also down here on deck number 7 in this lower pool area is going to be Venti chocolate and gelato. So if you're looking for some poolside gelato, come on over here. You do have to pay for this, but it's really only about $2 or so. It's pretty cheap compared to most other things you'll find on board that you do have to pay for. But maybe you want a poolside drink instead of some gelato, then come over to the South Beach bar on the opposite end. Now we're going to start making our way inside on deck number 7. Something very unique is that there's actually 2 different directions you can go here on the MSC Seaside when you're moving forward. On the right-hand side, or the right-hand path, we're going to find the Haven Lounge. You'll find some pool tables, and of course this big, large area. They'll do live music at night, and even sometimes some comedy. Or maybe you just want to get away from all the noise on board the ship. This is always empty during the day. There's never anything going on, and just a very nice, quiet, relaxing area. But if we go the other direction, down the port side, or the left-hand side of the ship, we're going to have the Garage Club. This is like a mini nightclub type of area. There's usually live music and just a big hangout area at night. And I love the Retros 1950s theme of this bar. I always love stuff like this. And of course, they even have an old Chevy Impala in here, which is actually where the DJ booth is. So there's actually just like a normal computer sitting behind that driver's seat, which I thought was kind of neat. But anyways, just a really cool nightclub type of area back here on board the MSC Seaside. But then if we move forward, we will have the arcade and the bowling alley on board here. Yes, a full-size bowling alley here on board the MSC Seaside. First, as you walk in, you'll have some claw machines, grab stuffed animals. In here, you'll also find one of my personal favorites, again, is the F1 simulator. And as you can see here on the screen, if you want to pause, those are the prices for all of these. But the F1 simulator is one of my favorite things. And if you are a gold status, or if you just status match to get those higher levels, you typically will get one free session on that F1 simulator. So it's always really cool, and I always try to do that when I'm on MSC. But of course, here we also have the full-sized bowling alley with 2 lanes. So definitely come in here if you're a big fan of bowling. Always seems really cool. It's crazy just to do this on a ship in the first place, especially to this size. Other cruise lines have done small versions of bowling, so it's really cool that they have the full thing. But as you come out of there, we'll have the second level down on the main atrium here on deck number 7. Beautiful, beautiful atrium. And again, one of my favorite spots of the ship, and just any atrium in general, just always very nice in these Seaside class ships. Here we have a quick look at the champagne bar. In the mornings, they'll even put out some fresh fruits. Grab yourself a morning mimosa, maybe a Bloody Mary, enjoy some fresh fruit, or come back at night and enjoy some champagne. Tax and duty-free savings shop right over here on deck number 7 as we start to make our way back along the ship. So more jewelry and watches. And of course, just another quick look at this beautiful atrium here on board the ship. Moving on back down the center of the ship, we have the casino. Come in, test your luck, do a little bit of gambling, and see if you come home with that big jackpot. And of course, you can't have the casino without the casino bar right down the middle. And all the way at the very front of deck number 7, we'll have the upper entrance to the Metropolitan Theater. This is where they'll do the big main production shows at night here on board the ship. When I sailed, they did have a Michael Jackson tribute show, and it was one of the best theater performances I have ever seen on a ship. So I highly suggest you go check that out if that is on your sailing. Directly below the casino on deck number 6, we have a small little lounge right here in the center with some tax and duty-free shops on the sides. So that's where you'll find things like some of the luxury shops and the non-MSC logo merchandise as well. And right over there, if you can see right through that staircase, is going to be Venti Chocolate and Gelato. This is, of course, the chocolate shop here on board the MSC Seaside. You get anything from chocolate to gelato, makes sense. But you can even get a chocolate ship model, which is really cool. So a giant bar of chocolate in the shape of the MSC Seaside. Pretty sweet, if you ask me. But Come on here, they even have some specialty coffees that, although the place that we saw earlier with the breakfast coffees and the breakfast pastries, that was the main specialty coffee shop, but they do have a couple small things here in Vinci. Passing by Vinci, though, we'll have this long hallway that'll lead us straight back into the main atrium again. Here you're going to find another shore excursions desk, so sometimes they'll use one, sometimes they'll use the other. This seems to be the main one, so primarily this is where you'll be finding all the crew members that'll be taking care of you to book your shore excursions. And a good personal tip is that book your shore excursions ahead of time before your cruise, because sometimes if you buy the shore excursions off of the website from MSC or any cruise line in general or off of the app, usually they do a pre-cruise discount, whereas you will have to pay the full price here on board the ship. So quick tips. And of course, a quick look at another bar that we'll find here in the main atrium, and then moving all the way to the back, the Ipanema restaurant. Probably butchered the name on that, but here's one of the two main dining rooms here on board the MSC Seaside. So if you have yourself your assigned time dining, this is where you're going to come pretty much every night of your cruise if you choose to have your normal traditional sit-down meal every night on the ship. So this will be free and included in your cruise fare, so not like the specialty restaurants like Kaito or Butcher's Cut. This is free of charge every single night of the cruise. Down to our final deck of the tour, deck number 5, we have a quick look at the MSC Foundation desk. MSC Foundation is, of course, the MSC's movement for marine conservation. They do very heavy into the ships and, of course, onto their island ocean key as well. And, of course, down to the very bottom of the main atrium, we have the Seaside Bar. Grab yourself a drink and enjoy the beautiful views here inside the atrium on board the MSC Seaside. Here inside the atrium as well, you'll have this little photo gallery type of thing, not the real one, but you get a little scan made of your iris, of your eye. Pretty neat. Inside the atrium, you'll also find the guest services desk. So if you ever have any issues throughout your cruise or you just have any general questions, come on over to guest services. They'll be happy to answer your questions or take care of your problems. Coming out of the atrium down this long hallway here, you'll have the photo gallery. Sometimes along these walls, you'll have the photos that are printed out throughout your cruise. And then we'll get to it in just a moment, but there will be a little kiosk that we see here now that you can tap your card against, and they'll pull up your photos digitally. And in these kiosks here, you'll be able to order the photos, whether you want a digital copy or a physical printed out version of your photos. You'll be able to option that through here. And then, of course, if you get that physical photo, you'll be able to pick it up. And here's just a look at that little mini atrium almost with the iris gallery. This is, of course, just a continuation of that photo gallery that we had just here, and the desk all the way at the very end is where you'll pick up those photos if you decide to get them printed out. Thank you so much for watching today's tour. Again, my name is Brandon. If you enjoyed today's tour or you found it very useful, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button down below, and let me know down in the comments, have you sailed on MSC Seaside before, or do you plan to sail on her soon? If you do, make sure you use that affiliate link down in the description of this video. Book your next cruise here on board the MSC Seaside or any ship with my friends at Cruises It. They're going to get you the best deal possible, and it also supports what I do here on this channel. Thank you all again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.